Greetings, YouTube. A curious thing has happened over the course of the last week or so, and that's that these CICLOPS accounts I've been monitoring since December have not logged into the game. Now, there is a variation of when they last logged in. Some are 7 days, some are 9 days. Cyclop 49 is 17 days. But regardless, when you flip through, it's pretty easy to see that suddenly all these accounts that were online at the same time every time are no longer online. Now, maybe they're in hibernation. Maybe they got their just reward or revenue from the event when they were allowed to go into different alliances and, dump units worth of items for the gifting event score and then leave. But maybe, just maybe, they're also banned. Now here's the big question. What kind of ban would that be? Because if I'm still allowed to see a profile, that means it exists. And if you're going to have these bots banned for, let's say, a month, big deal. Because they only do ban waves about 2 to 3 times a year on average. And if they're not permanent bans, then once they come back into the game, they'll just start actually doing the same thing and getting up the unit count and, of course, the battleship count, gold count, etc. So I also want to point out that this is not just a Cyclop issue. This was an easy thing to talk about because so many of these accounts were, quote-unquote, hiding in plain sight on the top of leaderboards for the arena, specifically the 3-star arena, the 4-star basic arena, and in some cases even like the 2-star arena or beginner brackets. But if you look at the top of arenas, even with these Cyclops accounts not there, you will still find a pattern once you look into quite a few of these top people on the leaderboards. You'll just look at the top champions and you'll be able to tell very easily that there was no viable way without some kind of cheating software that these accounts should land the scores that they're landing in the arenas. So I still believe that my investigation, if you will, has concluded that Kabam views a certain percentage of arena bots as a necessary evil to sustain a consistent threshold for arena placement. And as the game continues to move away from 3 stars and especially 4 stars, where we now know that Act 6 and beyond is not even accessible to 4 stars, there are probably going to be fewer and fewer summoners that are grinding for 4-star, especially the 4-star basic champion in the arena. And so if they don't have some percentage of what they can count on every week to be these high-scoring bots place, then there's a danger that the ceiling for arena could really go down. And there's even some who argue that it could go up because it's a percent-based deal. So, I've seen a few people argue that if you took out all the bots of especially the lower arenas, that the scores would just go up even crazier. I get that argument to a certain degree mathematically, but if a lot of these bots are placing at the highest of high scores, you'd still think that that's pushing the score up. That's just math, right? So what do you think? Are these in hibernation, or is there a chance that we won't be seeing them again? Of course, there's also the other argument that's quite popular that you will be seeing them again. They'll just be named something else. Comment below, let me know. And as always, thank you to everybody who has been on the push, not just against Cyclops accounts, but really any arena bot that's taking or really hurting people who aren't cheating, and has put in help tickets and tweeted and forced Kabam to acknowledge that they have to be aware of this, because, of course, there's also still a huge chance that Kabam is behind a lot of these accounts, and what are they going to do besides just make new ones to replace these, and it'll be an endless cycle. But, hey, the goal this year was to monitor the situation closely and not take for granted the assumption that cheaters will always exist and there's nothing we can do about it, because that is not how I want to live my life in any regard. Take care, YouTube. Thanks for watching, and thank you for being diligent about this ongoing issue.